we have the air conditioner remote, and understanding its settings is crucial if you want to get the most out of your unit. Now, everyone knows that the on-off button is used to turn the unit on and off, but you may have never noticed how we can tell from the remote whether it is currently on or off. This remote is currently in the on position, but how do I know that? Look at the remote display. There is a small symbol, a circle with a vertical line inside it. This symbol indicates that the remote is in the on position. If you press the on-off button again, the unit turns off and the symbol disappears. This is how we can tell that the remote has switched to the off position. Now, let's talk about the mode button. This button is used to switch between different functions of the unit. Right now, you can see that the unit is running in auto mode. When I press the mode button again, you can see that it switches to cool mode. Pressing it again changes it to dry mode and then to heat mode. However, one important thing to note is that heat mode is not available in every unit. When purchasing an air conditioner, you should ask the seller whether the unit includes heat mode or not. Now, when I press the mode button again, it switches to fan mode. Pressing it once more brings it back to auto mode. There is a common misconception that the unit operates automatically in auto mode. However, that is not entirely true. What actually happens is that when you set the unit to auto mode, you are instructing it to operate automatically, but the unit does not rely on the indoor temperature for its operation. Instead, it depends on the outdoor temperature. The unit detects whether it is hot or cold outside, and then adjusts your room temperature accordingly. For example, if it is hot outside, the unit will recognize this and provide cooling inside, adjusting the temperature based on your set preferences. Similarly, if it is cold outside, the unit will recognize the outdoor temperature and provide heating inside. This function is entirely based on outdoor temperature, and the unit makes automatic adjustments accordingly. The only thing you can control in this mode is the temperature setting. If it is cold weather, you can set the temperature up to 30 degrees Celsius. If it is hot weather, you can lower the temperature to a minimum of 17 degrees Celsius. Apart from this, no other functions can be used in auto mode, except for the timer function. Now, when we press the mode button again, you can see that the cool mode is activated, and the indoor unit also switches to cool mode. In this mode, the unit becomes completely independent. But how does it become independent? It means that you have full control over its settings. You can set the temperature as per your preference. You can adjust the fan speed. You can use all other available functions along with this mode. Unlike auto mode, where the unit decides settings based on the outdoor temperature. In cool mode, everything is under your control. The next mode function is dry mode, which is specifically designed to remove moisture from the room. This mode is particularly useful during winter, when rooms tend to become damp due to excessive moisture in the air. By using the dry mode, you can effectively eliminate humidity from the room. You can only adjust the temperature according to your needs. Fan speed is controlled automatically by the unit. Other settings cannot be changed in this mode. You can use the timer function along with this mode. The next is the heat mode, which allows you to warm up the room. However, as I mentioned earlier, this function will only work if your unit supports heating. If your air conditioner does not have heat mode, then even if you switch to it, the unit will not function. It won't even beep when you select it. You have full control over the unit's settings. You can adjust the temperature according to your needs. You can control the fan speed, increase or decrease. You can use the timer function and all other available features along with heat mode. In this mode, unlike auto mode, the unit does not make decisions on its own. You have complete control over all settings. The next is the fan mode. You can use this mode for air circulation. The air conditioner will not cool or heat the room in this mode. It will only blow air, just like a regular fan. The next button is the fan speed button, which allows you to control the speed of the fan. Right now, fan mode is active, and when I press the fan speed button, you can see the following changes. First press low speed, second press medium speed, third press high speed, fourth press auto mode. The unit controls the fan speed automatically. When the fan is set to auto mode, the unit will adjust the fan speed based on the selected mode and room conditions. Now let's talk about the temperature button. You can see that this is a round button with two arrows, one pointing up and the other pointing down. Up arrow increases the temperature. Down arrow decreases the temperature. These buttons only work in the modes where temperature adjustment is allowed, such as cool mode, heat mode, dry mode, auto mode with limited control. By using these buttons, you can set the desired temperature based on your comfort level. Now, let's talk about the sleep button. The sleep mode is designed for sensitive sleepers who want a comfortable sleep without any disturbance from the unit. How it works. When you press the sleep button, you will see a moon and star symbol on the display. This means that sleep mode is now active. In this mode, the fan speed automatically slows down to reduce noise. If the temperature is too hot or too cold, the unit will automatically adjust the temperature by increasing or decreasing it by 1 degree Celsius over time. This gradual adjustment helps in maintaining a balance between room temperature and body temperature, ensuring a comfortable sleep. This reduces fan speed to reduce noise, automatically adjusts temperature to maintain comfort, prevents sudden temperature changes that might disturb sleep. This mode is highly useful if you want a stable and comfortable room environment while sleeping. Now, if you want to cool down or heat up the room quickly, you need to use the turbo button. How turbo mode works. Suppose you have set the unit to cool mode with a temperature of 20 degrees Celsius. If you press the turbo button, the unit will override its normal fan settings. The indoor fan will run at maximum speed, and the outdoor compressor will operate at full power. The unit will work at its highest efficiency to reach the desired temperature as quickly as possible. The same process applies to heat mode. If you have set the unit to heat mode, pressing turbo mode will make the unit work at full capacity to heat the room faster. Now, let's talk about the LED button. Some people do not like lights in their room while sleeping. To turn off the display light of the indoor unit, you can use the LED button. How it works. Press the LED button, the indoor unit display light will turn off. Press the LED button again, the display light will turn back on. Now, let's talk about the swing and direct button, which work together to control the airflow direction. How swing mode works. When you press the swing button, the airflow starts moving up and down automatically. This helps in distributing air evenly throughout the room. If you press the button again, the airflow direction stops at its current position. How the direct button works. If you want to manually adjust the airflow direction, press the direct button instead of swing. Each press of the direct button changes the angle of airflow by 6 degrees. After 2 presses, it will adjust by 12 degrees. Now the company has provided a shortcut button to save time, making it easier to recall your preferred settings quickly. Let me explain how to use it properly. How to set a shortcut. Right now, the unit is in cooling mode at 20 degrees with auto fan speed. I will also enable sleep mode and set a timer for 30 minutes to turn off the unit automatically. After adjusting all these settings, I press the shortcut button. The screen briefly turns off and then on again, confirming that the current settings are saved. How to use the shortcut. If someone changes the settings, for example, switches to fan mode, you don't have to reset everything manually. Simply press the shortcut button and your previously saved settings will be restored automatically. The timer setting is not saved in the shortcut because it is a temporary function. However, all other settings, mode, temperature, fan speed, sleep mode, etc. will be restored. The last 2 buttons on the remote are timer on and timer off, which allow you to schedule the air conditioner to turn on or off automatically. However, for this function to work, the unit must have an active power supply. If there is no electricity, the timer will not function, and although the settings will remain saved, the timing may be affected. Now, let me explain how this works. Suppose the unit is currently in the off position, and the current time is 2 p.m. If I want the unit to turn on after 2 hours, I will press the timer on button. The display will show 00, and I will set it to 2 hours. After a short while, the settings will be saved, and you will see the timer on symbol appear on the remote's display. At the same time, the main on-off indicator will also activate, but on the indoor unit, only the on option will be displayed. After 2 hours, the air conditioner will turn on automatically and remain on. Now, if you want the unit to turn off after a certain number of hours, you need to press the timer off button. You can set this timer anywhere between 30 minutes to 24 hours. When you press the button, the display will show 00, and you can then set the desired time. For example, if I want the unit to turn on after 2 hours and then turn off after 8 hours, I will set timer on to 2 hours and timer off to 8 hours. Once the settings are saved, the unit will automatically turn on after 2 hours and then turn off after 8 hours. The sequence in which these timers work depends on the order in which they are set. If timer on is set first, the unit will turn on first and then turn off at the set time. Similarly, if the unit is already on and I want it to turn off after 3 hours and then turn back on after 5 hours, I can set these values accordingly and the settings will be saved. If at any point you want to cancel the timer settings, simply turn the unit on/off and the timers will be disabled. Click on the left or right thumbnail to watch our next videos and subscribe. Thank you.